guys, and welcome to a new video on Sotnell's Life. So, I just started recording this video yesterday and then realised I couldn't. And you can tell by the title. So I am doing, because we're coming up to my favourite time of the year, a Best of Super Junior preview. Now I'm recording this on the 30th of April. So if anything changes from now until the tournament, I'm sorry, this is obviously what you're getting. But after starting the video and then realising they hadn't released any information, on the last Road to Dontaku show on April 30th, they announced the blocks and also confirmed the final, full, lineup. Because obviously there was some confusion, some people have had to leave due to, recent announcements. But this is honestly one of my favourite times of the year. It's the first tournament I ever watched as a New Japan fan, which really got me into it. So it has a special place in my heart. So we are going to look over the blocks, the matches I'm looking forward to, and of course my very wrong predictions. I have been doing quite well in the heavyweight tournaments. I got the New Japan Cup winner right, I got last year's G1 winner right, and the year before. Can this now spread to the junior division, which I have not yet found success in? Let's get going. We are starting with Block A. And obviously I'm going to have to read this because this has just come out. So we have Kushida, Master Wato, who is now tag team champion with Yo. Ninja Mac, obviously you can check out my interview that I had where he teased his participation, but nothing was certain. Hiromu Takahashi, Kosei Fujita, Francesco Akira, Clark Connors, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Dragon Dyer, and the final participant, it was initially meant to, I assume, be Bushi, but Bushi obviously announced he was leaving along with Tetsuya Naito, and I thought, oh, maybe he could do the tour. He's not. He was replaced by someone very close to my heart, someone I've been watching for years in the UK, Robbie X. Obviously, we all know him. If you're a New Japan fan, you'll know him as the tag team partner of Taiji Shimori, the newest member of the Bullet Club. So this is a very strong lineup. You have, and by looking at it, you have former IWGP junior champions with the likes of Kushida, Hiromu, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, former GHC junior champion. You have former tag champions, Kushida, now Wato, Hiromu, Kosei Fujita, Akira, Clark, Kanemaru. You have young guys, old guys, veterans, ones who have been honing their craft for years. And that makes this very exciting. Obviously, and this is obviously going to be like a longevity thing that's going to keep happening with these tournaments. There is one anomaly. One person who, 5 years ago, I would have been like, he is going to win this. That is Yoshinobu Kanemaru, because Kanemaru is your favourite wrestler's favourite wrestler. Well, he was. The problem is he is in House of Torture now. So we're going to go kind of push him away. But aside from that, like I said, there's some huge names. Hiromu obviously has won this tournament multiple times. But he has been in the heavyweight division recently, obviously with Naito and the tag titles. So will it be hard for him to go back to junior wrestling, which is a completely different style? Kushida has had ups and downs. He's had great matches, great title runs, but also he's been a bit of a weak link, especially when he was teaming with Kevin Knight. And then I'm really happy to see the return of Dragon Dyer. Dragon Dyer was a replacement last year for Taguchi, I believe, and didn't do very well. But I really hope him, and along with Ninja Mac, who is going to be his second tournament, will really thrive. And of course, Robbie X, it's his first tournament ever, actually. But he has been wrestling for years. So he is not a rookie. He is not a newbie. But matches I am looking forward to the most. Anything against Master Wato is going to be very interesting. Due to the fact, like I said, he is now junior tag team champion, which means he has a massive on his back, a massive target. There will be the guys who have had a taste of tag gold before, who want another shot, and those who just want to say they've beaten a champion. I am really looking forward to seeing Kosei Fujita versus Francesco Akira. The two babies in their faction. Well, okay, not fully because Callum is younger than Akira in the Empire. But you know what I mean? Two guys who are really the future of New Japan. Who are so solid in their technique and are really growing as people and as wrestlers. That we're going to see a fast and incredibly dynamic bout between them. Dragon Dia, we'll put him in the mix. He is also very young. These new guys are out to make an impact. And especially against their, like, senpais. The guys like Kushida, Hiromu, Kanemaru, those who've been wrestling for years. They want to show that, you know what, your time has gone. It is ours now. And this is the thing, right, with the junior division. Apart from Kanemaru, and then we'll mention another House of Torture name who has managed to swindle their way into the tournament, there is no weak link here. Although Dragon Dia last year did get quite a few pins, he is an amazing champion. He was a champion, a Dragon Gate champion last year in his participation. So actually, there is going to be some amazing matches and also amazing variety of junior wrestlers. Within this block, you have your classic high flyers. You have your strength guys, who obviously with more weight than the others. You have your technical guys. You have those who are hybrid of everything in between. And that's what makes the junior division so exciting. And I guess that is exactly what we're going to see in the second block. In block B, we have IWGP Junior Champion El Desperado, who obviously retained against Templario at the recent New Japan Hizen show. After an injury last year, well, it was a bike crash, which basically broke his 20-year streak, Ryusuke Taguchi, the arse man, is back in the Best of Super Junior, yes! New IWGP Tag Champion Yo is back. Kevin Knight, so obviously he was signed to AEW early in the year and it was very worrying for all of us. However, it was revealed that he is under a dual contract with New Japan and AEW, I guess similar to Takeshita, who's actually on a triple contract. But he is back for this year's Best of Super Junior. And he's going to have even more to prove, I believe. We have the CML entrance. So actually, initially when they announced it, they had the CMLL bit empty. And I guess maybe they didn't know who it was going to be. But Los Ingobernables de Japon's Titan will be representing the company. We have the Aussie, oi, Robbie Eagles, the veteran. He might have just lost the IWGP Tag Championship, but he is out to make an impact. The Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori, you can't have a tournament without him. Show. House of Torture, innit? Queen, and obviously the one I'm very excited about, DDT's Mao. Again, like I'm going to mention, Show, I get it, he is the guy, he's like the junior heavyweight, but obviously since he went House of Torture, not feeling it. This block is also extremely strong. I'm very excited to see Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is actually, I think, the youngest in history, or at least the youngest in this top. He's 19. And I've seen him on odd times on other shows and things, and he's extremely talented. So I'm very excited to see him. Obviously, this block specifically is going to be the most important because the whole point of the Best of Super Junior is to win to get a chance to challenge for the IWGP Championship. However, with El Desperado in this block, it basically means even if you pin Desperado but you don't end up getting a win in the tournament overall, you are going to have a shot at that belt at some point. Presumably if we're assuming that Desperado retains at whatever future challenges he has. So Desperado is really going to be struggling this year. He is going to be the one that everyone wants to beat. But again, we have so many different styles. Mao, if you've not watched him, he is extremely diverse. He is fast, but he can get to the mat. We have guys like Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, and Taguchi, who have years of experience. And actually, while especially Taguchi can have a bit of fun, in their age, they can all do amazing things. Like obviously, big match Taguchi. Robbie is a veteran, has been wrestling for over 20 years, I assume. I'm guessing this, my stats might be wrong. But he's still as fresh in the ring as one of the young lions. And Taiji Ishimori, the man is in his mid-40s. He is jacked. He is actually the proper wrestler. He is fast. He is athletic. But with that extra weight and build, he is extremely strong as well. We then have more classic juniors. So we have Yo, Kevin Knight, Titan. All very athletic and very agile in the ring. And they are going to be extremely difficult to beat, because especially I guess with Yo and Mao, very unpredictable. And I also mentioned Desperado has a target on his back. Yo will also have one as one of the newest tag team champions, along with Master Water, who is in the other block. Now, who am I looking forward to with the matches in this one? Now, you got to know this, Roppongi 3K, oh, that's not, Roppongi 3K for life. Sho and Yo are back in the same block. Now, obviously, if anyone remembers, they had a title match. Oh, this feels like forever. This was like last year, I believe. It ended very quickly because Yo got injured. So we've not seen these two in the ring again. And honestly, whatever you might say about Sho, there is some natural chemistry he has with Yo. They were young lions together. They went on excursion together. They were Roppongi 3K, multiple-time junior tag champions, multiple-time Best of Super Junior Tag League champions. This is going to be interesting. And I kind of hope that, because Yo is as unpredictable as Sho sometimes. And actually, when they were together, he was the more unpredictable. I'd like to think that Yo's like persona, like his unhingingness, can balance with Yo and almost bring Sho back to the gold standard of professional wrestling. I always say this and I get my hopes up, but you know what? This could happen. Other matches I'm looking forward to, Robbie Eagles versus Taiji Shimori, two of the veterans in this block. They have had an up and down like bond. So obviously, if anyone remembers, they were in Bullet Club together and they teamed together, and then ELP came in and then took his tag team championships, and then Robbie went to Chaos, but then Robbie eventually went to TMDK. So there's a lot of history between them, and they also have very similar styles. Like I said earlier, they both are not afraid to go to the mat. They don't really focus on like the high flying, but they can take to the air if they need to. And then on the opposite side, I'm excited for things like matches like Nick Wayne versus Kevin Knight, or Kevin Knight versus Titan. The true high flyers, the true guys who focus on their athleticism. And I want danger. Like, I want to see you jumping into the crowds. Because I don't know if anyone is new to the Best of Super Junior or generally the junior tournaments. But one major difference that New Japan does is when it comes to the juniors, they remove all of the barricades from around the ring. This is for the safety of the fans, but mainly the wrestlers. Because they will be flying here, there, and everywhere. And the guardrails are very painful. They are steel, proper metal. So this just allows them for more freedom. And it also creates a lot more fun moments for us as fans to watch at home. Anything versus Desperado, like anyone versus Despy, is going to be good. Because Desperado has this talent of like pulling an amazing match out of everybody he is with. He has developed as a wrestler so much since he debuted. Obviously, he was Suzuki-gun, then he became babyface, and he's one of the most legendary guys in the junior division. And like, he's obviously still fighting and active, but he will be remembered with the likes of Jushin Thunder Liger, Hiromu Takahashi, as one of those amazing juniors. So yeah, I mean, again, like, aside from the House of Torture, which if they decide to wrestle well, I will hold my hat up and say yes. This is a phenomenal lineup. I never have any grievances. It's nice, again, that they have people from different companies. So you have AEW, Kevin Knight, and Nick Wayne. You have DDT with Mao. You have Dragon Dyer. You have Titan from CMLL. You have Robbie X from the UK scene. Ninja Mac. There is so much diversity, and I am actually obsessed. But obviously, that's not what you guys care about. You don't care about me blabbering on. You want to know about my predictions. So, as always, I'm going to do the classic, like, I don't think I know specifically what the layout's going to be. Like, is it going to be number 1 versus number 2 and number 2 versus number 1? That will probably tell me later on, or I've probably missed it. But here is who I think is going to win each block and who I think is going to be the overall winner. So, block A, like I said, I'm going to quickly put up the block again. And I firmly believe, and this was really tough because I had 2 people in mind for this. It was either going to be a toss-up between Fujita and Akira, 2 guys I love so much. However, after the loss that Fujita had with the tag titles, I think that Fujita is going to win the A block. He's going to come top. He has come on leaps and bounds and really is such a star. He had a very unconventional excursion. So he didn't go to one place. He was traveling the world with the TMDK members, and this has really worked to his advantage. So I'm going to go for Kosei Fujita here. And for Block B, here is a look at Block B. I hope you appreciate those transitions. If they didn't look very well, I apologise. Again, a really strong set. I would like to think that it might be Kevin Knight, because Kevin Knight has proven himself time and time again. But I don't know because of, obviously, he is signed to AEW. So, I'm going to say either Kevin Knight or last year's runner-up, Titan. Titan is an amazing wrestler. He is strong, he is fast, because he's on the taller side, which means he has that added weight. So I think we're going to have those two winning the blocks, and I don't know if you'll assume, but my pick to win this year's Best of Super Junior is Kosei Fujita. I know he's very young, but I think that's what we need from New Japan. We need them to making history. If that's not the case, I'm going to have some backups. I know it's cheating, but, you know. I'm going to say then either Francesco Akira or Clark Connors is going to win. So let's say my top three will be Kosei Fujita, Francesco Akira, or Clark Connors to win. But the main one will be Kosei Fujita, because we're going to paint, I think it's normally this is the Nippon Budokan. We're going to paint the venue the Best of Super Junior Tango again. Now, obviously, that was my take. I don't know if you can tell, obviously, like I said, Best of Super Junior is my favourite time of the year. So now it's time to let me know your thoughts in the comments on social media at wrestling_chat. Let me know what your thoughts of this year's lineup are, which matches you are looking forward to the most, and obviously, come on, tell me, who do you think is going to win? Are you agreeing with me? Do you have something completely different in mind? I love to hear about it, because I like to know that, like, my mindset and my thinking of these, like, predictions are not as crazy as I think. And that other people also have very weird ways of picking. So, yeah. Best of Super Junior is going to be amazing. It's always such a fun tournament. And it's coming off the back of the Dontaku shows ahead of the Big Dominion show. So, yeah. Make sure to let me know your thoughts. And I will speak to you guys soon. Bye!